My cat's trying to tip over the camera right now. Do you think powerlifting looks cool, but feel like you're too weak to try it? I've been there. When I first started, I could barely deadlift 225, and now I hold a few state records. Here's how to sign up for your first meet today, no matter your starting point. My name's Melina, and I'm your gym best friend. I'm here to tell you how you can start powerlifting. I'm here to walk you through the ins and outs of powerlifting and just going to the gym in general. My hope is that I can help women or anybody feel more comfortable going to the gym or going to a powerlifting meet. So let's talk about myths. Nobody walks into the gym squatting 400 pounds, maybe some guys, but you don't have to be lifting a lot to be able to powerlift. At powerlifting meets, your only competition really is you. It's you versus you. Yes, there are winners of who can have the highest total or has the highest dots, but in the end, it's just you versus you. But know this, the powerlifting community wants you to succeed. When I did my first meet, there was only 4 or 5 girls there, and as soon as we did our weigh-ins, we all sat in a little circle talking about powerlifting, and it was the most amazing experience ever. And from there, because of the support that everybody gives you while you're doing your meet, I was hooked. My favorite memory at a meet was when I did my heaviest deadlift. I believe it was 386, and everybody was going crazy. I went up, hugged my coach, and as soon as I walked off, the ref shook my hand and told me I had to pee in a cup to get drug tested. First of all, your age doesn't matter. So if you're 20 years old or if you're 50 years old, you could powerlift. So how does a meet actually work? At a powerlifting meet, you have squat, bench, and deadlift, and everything happens in that order. So you get 3 attempts of each lift. So you'll squat 3 times, bench 3 times, deadlift 3 times. And you're only doing your max. But whenever you do it, you want your last attempt to be your max. So your first attempt won't be very much. You'll know that you can get it, and then you'll go up from there. If you fail your first attempt, you could still do your next attempt, and so on. The way scoring works is that there's 3 lights. If you get 2 white lights and 1 red light, you're safe. That's all you need. 3 white lights is great. That means everything was perfect. But don't be scared if you get 1 red light. If you get 2 or 3 red lights, that means you failed the lift. But don't worry, you could still do your next attempt as long as it's not your third. There are also different weight classes. So depending on the federation that you sign up for, that'll differentiate the weight class that you sign up in. So basically with the weight classes, that just means that you are directly competing against people of the same weight class. Maybe you're wondering about the price. You don't have all the fancy equipment and you don't want to have to drop a ton of money on that. Totally understandable, and there are ways to not spend too much money. I'll do a separate video on all the equipment that you should get and what you'll need exactly. Do you not look awkward? That's fine. Well, get your tail off. Keep in mind for your first meet, you don't need a coach. I believe I did 2 or 3 meets without a coach, and that's okay. You really don't need to make the investment until you're sure it's something you want to do. There's even some free apps that will create a program for you, or some lower cost ones. I believe I paid for one that was $35 a month, which is the same as a gym membership, basically. And now I have a world record holding coach who has helped me grow my confidence in myself. So maybe you're ready to sign up for a meet. What you need to do is Google your state and powerlifting meets. There's many different federations, and honestly, the federation doesn't really matter. All that matters is your total. And if it's a sanctioned meet, that means that your total will be going into the powerlifting database. But honestly, for your first meet, that doesn't really matter too much. You're not trying to break any world records or anything. So just Google a meet and sign up. The ideal prep time is 12 weeks to prepare your body for the lifting. And I could do a separate video on how exactly that works, but I'm also posting a series called Prep Diaries, where I'm walking you through what different times of prep look like for me, because I'm currently in prep for a meet. The main thing I want to emphasize is to not be scared. I know powerlifting seems scary on the outside because there's a lot of grunting and a lot of weight being moved, but really it's just regular people who are having the time of their lives lifting heavy weight. And you don't have to lift heavy weight to do it. You can literally be lifting the barbell and people will still be cheering you on. I love powerlifting because it helped me heal my relationship with food and it helped me gain confidence in what I do. Sorry that you're seeing my cat's butt right now. On meet day, you'll walk in, you'll tell them your name, and they'll mark you off. Maybe you'll get a free t-shirt, which is always a plus. And then what you do is get your equipment checked, and then you'll do weigh-ins. So for whatever weight class you register in, you have to make that weight. So you'll go in, and they'll probably have you strip down a little bit, and then you'll weigh yourself. And as long as you make weight, you're good to go. If you don't make weight, if it's a local meet, typically they won't mind moving you up to a higher weight class. For some meets, you might have to take some time and try to burn off some calories to make weight, but you shouldn't have to worry about that. Also, at a lot of meets, you'll have to get your rack heights. So at least for United States Powerlifting Federation, USAPL, you'll have to test out what the height is for your bench and for your squat. And that's pretty easy, and people will definitely help you with that if you have any questions. After that, you'll start warming up and you'll get started with squat. Typically, after each attempt, you'll have 1 minute to tell the refs your next attempt. But Melina, how do I fail a lift? Different federations have different rules pertaining to the correct way to do a lift. And I recommend looking at your federation's booklet that will tell you the specific instructions to not fail a lift. There are also different cues you have to listen to when lifting. So for example, when you're squatting, you'll take the bar up, and before you squat down, the ref will tell you to start. And so then you'll squat and come up. And then before you rack, they'll tell you to rack, and then you'll rack. Same with bench, tell you to start when you have it unracked, and then you bring it down. And I believe all federations have a pause call, so you'll bring it down to your chest, and then they'll say up, and then you'll put it up, and then they'll say rack, and you'll rack. And then for deadlift, all you have to do is get it off the floor, and then once you're done, they'll tell you down, and you'll put the bar down. And make sure not to slam the bar, that's a big one. But keep in mind, especially for your first meet, your goal isn't to win. Your goal is to complete it and go 9 for 9 for all your lifts, meaning you got all the lifts. It's to meet people who lift in a similar way as you and to prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Like I said, I'll do another video talking about all the equipment you'll need for your meet day. And I'm posting a series called the Prep Diaries where I'm taking you through prep with me so you could see what it's all like, the mental, and hopefully some new PRs. I hope this helped you feel more comfortable signing up for a meet. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you sign up for your first meet and kill it. I swear the crowd will scream for you like you're at a concert. I swear I have cat hair all over me. Alright, I think I'm done. This is my cat, Bo. He's a good boy. He's a gentleman with his little bow tie. All he wants in this world is pets. Oh, Bo. Alright, you're getting hair all over me. Thanks for that. And now his butt's in my face. Oh, my butt fell asleep.